learn time management, and then you just rush down to the locker room, and you just open the locker, and it's like a mess everywhere, and you put on your clothes, and you're ready for a run. Because if you're late, then everybody gets in trouble. So I started learning like some time management stuff too, like how to make sure like my clothes are ready, the PT clothes are ready or not. No, and so one time I decided, you know what, I can't do this. Like this takes way too long to put on my, like take everything off, it takes way too long. So I started wearing my clothes inside, on top of my uniform. So when I would go to the locker room, I would just take off my uniform and I'd be good to go. So I thought that was pretty smart. So we had exams too, there was a lot of exams. Our criminal law exam, like for like criminal law, was almost 4 hours long, like each exam. And then we had our provincial laws exams, and they would also be like 2-3 hours long. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to learn, a lot of stuff that you have to retain. And the whole purpose of doing that kind of training is because every police officer that you see out there is highly trained. They've been through all of that. They've been through these kind of hardships, and they learned all about what the laws are. So when they're out there on the street, they know what they're talking about, right? But it wasn't just all about the laws. It wasn't just all about that. We also learned how to deal with the community, how to deal with diversity, right? How to deal with different cultures. We also learned, we had a whole week just dedicated on mental health, like how to deal with people who had like psychological issues. And the purpose of doing that was, so when we're out there and we're dealing with people like that, we know what to do, right? It's not just going out there and putting handcuffs on people, stuffing them in the car and taking them to jail. It's not like that at all. That's like not even 5% of our job, right? Our job is mostly out there to make sure everybody's okay. And everybody's, if we have to take somebody who's bad out there from the situation and make sure the situation is okay, so be it. But most of the time, we're there to make sure everybody's okay. And that's what police does. That's like the major role of police. So if you see a police officer on the road, right, the police officer is out on the road to make sure that the area that he or she is responsible for, it's okay. That's their concern. And every time that you actually take an oath and get into the start your training, you're taking an oath saying that you're going to be helping people and you're going to protect people, right? And I honestly think that we're different than, like Edmonton Police is different than all other police services too. And just by looking at the name, right? Look, what's our name? It's Edmonton Police Service. It's not Edmonton Police Force or Edmonton Police Department. It's Police Service, which implies that it's the whole purpose behind it is to help people. Police officers are not out there to look for problems and then grab take people off the street. It's not exact. That's not our primary purpose, right? Other cool stuff we did in class was the firearms training. That was a lot of fun. I wasn't exactly the best shooter when I started because I never really shot a handgun, but we did a lot of practice. And I probably fired over 2,000 rounds in a span of 1 week. It would just be like standing there and just firing a lot of rounds. We have our range, which is in Sherwood Park, and everybody trains there. And we have like almost like, I think 14 or 15 firearm days where basically all you're doing is shooting. So you really use your gun a lot. We also do like tactical training, which is like if you get into a fight, how to defend yourself. If you're out there dealing with people and you're trying to arrest somebody, not everybody's going to be cooperative, right? Not everybody's going to be, okay, you know what, sure, you can arrest me, go ahead. It's not going to be like that. What else? Police cars, powerful cars, really fun cars to drive, but takes some training to handle those cars too. So we used to go to the airport. There's a military airport. It's just in the outskirts of Edmonton. And we used to drive cars, like drive the police car, and we drive it really, really fast. And the purpose, like we will drive fast because if we're ever out there and something comes where somebody needs our help right away, then we have to get there right away, right? So we have to go really fast. But we also have to be really safe too. Make sure that everybody else on the road, we're not causing any of the extra problems. What we're going to do is, by time before, I don't know how long pizza's going to take, but we brought some stuff here for you guys to check out, okay? So we're going to be breaking off into like little groups. You guys can choose your own. Let's do like 3 or 4. We'll break off into little groups. We'll take you guys out to show you the police cars. Okay, you guys can turn on the lights or whatever you want to do. Take the police cars. You guys can put this belt on. This is actually a belt that simulates the actual like the how heavy it is. So you'll see like you can just imagine. Like, this is a pretty heavy belt. I don't know exactly what it is. About 30 pounds. You have 30 pounds strapped on you and on like your whole ship. No, but this is kind of similar. This is kind of close to that. So a police officer has to have this on at all times, like 30 pounds right there. Plus you're wearing it's a small version of this one, but you're wearing this inside too. And so by the time you go home, your body's fatigued, right? You're tired. And how do you overcome that is by staying fit, right? So we have to spend a lot of time in the gym to make sure that we're fit. Okay, so what we're going to do, hold on, before we do questions, what the plan is that we're going to do is that we'll divide you into groups, okay? Or, sorry, you can divide yourselves, and then we're going to go out there, we'll see the cars, we'll try this on here, and then if you want to ask questions, you can go out, we have other officers here too. You can ask them questions too, okay? Sound good?
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله